Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a little video that I'm having some issues with right now. It's not really an issue, but I'm probably the only one in the United States of America who has one of these types of shotguns and only wants to put 2 shells in the magazine. This is a military Armament Corp Mac 1014, and when I received the firearm, it didn't have this installed in the tube of the magazine. It goes about right in here, and it limits the amount of shells that you can put into the magazine. Well, it didn't have this part, and so I contacted the manufacturer or the distributor and told them about it, and they promptly sent me this part. It took a couple of days to get here, but you know, with a shotgun like this, typically people wouldn't even bother with wanting this part in their shotgun because they're all about capacity, having enough rounds in the magazine, or as many as you can get. So I believe this one you can get 5 in the magazine tube and 1 in the chamber. So you have a total of 6 rounds. I have a thing called ghost loading where you can drop one in the receiver and have an extra round, but I'm not going to do that. So to get more rounds in this magazine tube, they sell aftermarket parts. This part here is screwed onto the end of the magazine tube, but it's restricted, so you can't get any more shells into this area. You can buy this new piece, a new piece that will allow the shells to come up further into this tube, to this main tube here. The shells won't actually get all the way up here, I don't think, but that spring, there's a long spring in here that compresses. And so when I received this part, I went ahead and I installed it, and I could still get more shells in it than I'm supposed to have. I mean, I want to have this shotgun to where I can do multiple things with it. If I want it for hog hunting, I want to put as many shells as I can put into it. If I want it for home defense, I want to put as many shells as I can get into it. But if I want to go hunt migratory birds like mourning doves, I'm limited to 2 rounds only in the magazine in this tube. And so what I did was I manufactured my own temporarily out of a clothes hanger. And it's basically the same size as this one that they sent me. The only thing I had to do was that I cut the bottom part out, this long piece first. And I heated up the plastic on the end of this clothes hanger and put it in a little swedging type device and flattened it out, and didn't make something as pretty as this, but I flattened it out to where it would fit right in the tube and wouldn't fall down into the magazine tube. And it works. I can only get 2.5 shells in there, and that's what you want. You want to have enough room to put in 2 shells, and you want to try to shove a 3rd one up in there, and it will not go but halfway. And if you get stopped by a game warden, that's what they check for. Here's that part right there. So when I got this part, it looked like somebody had cut it. So it used to be longer, but somebody cut it and stuck it in the bag and said, well, this is long enough. Well, it's not. I can't even see the focus. But anyway, it's rough around the edges. And so when a game warden comes up and checks your shotgun, he has a little piece of rubber hose with a mark on it. and he takes that piece of rubber hose and he shoves it up in there, and if it goes past a certain mark that he's got marked on that rubber hose, then that means it's illegal. You can put too many shells in it. This will work. For now, I contacted the company and I haven't gotten a response yet, but hopefully I can get the right little factory part and take out my homemade one, and we'll be good to go. We'll take it to the range sometime, get her going. All right, well, said I'm probably the only one in the country who has a shotgun like this who wants to put a plug in it to only put in 2 shells in the magazine. So hey, it's a first, because I couldn't find one on YouTube. All right, adios.